Hard-hitting reporter Dirk Madison here, and welcome to Rebellion. And there is Q-taro Burgerberg entering the arena. He will be in the main event tonight, challenging Amon, the other #1 contender. And speaking of contenders to championships, Merrin could find herself one tonight as she starts off the show with her open challenge, which had a heck of a match this past Friday. Before things continue down the road, we have to hear from the Flame Tribe, something we've been looking forward to all weekend long. We did it. What did they do? Wait a minute. They set fire to the... I'm sorry, that feels like breaking news. Hold on. Someone was supposed to have the same idea. So it seems like there were two separate parties who burned down that complex. Four weeks. A whole month suspension from in-ring competition as of a couple days ago. We realized something. Oh my gosh, that microphone... It went bouncy. They do it again. Oh, language, Burnice. I understand tensions are high. I feel it too. They'll come back stronger. My gosh. The Flame Tribe sending a strong message, admitting that they were the ones who, or at least half of the party, wait a minute, half the party that set fire to the Equalist compound. That's Alix. That's the new one half of the new AWE OC Tag Team Champions. What is she doing here? More pressing things to concern himself with. What are those pressing things? An Oni I need to speak with. I only know one Oni in the AWE. But my gosh, what a start to our show. Hey, hey, give me the stars back in here real quick. Goodness gracious, what a start to the show. Once again, I am Dirk Madison, and welcome back to AWE Rebellion. Strong start and strong confessions from the Flame Tribe, saying they are at least one of the groups who set an inferno, no pun intended, to the Friday show here in the AWE, to the Equalist compound. Now, I think a lot of us after the past couple of weeks have mixed feelings about that. For a while, everyone's been saying this has gone. That was too far. That was too far. But upon hearing their passion and upon seeing Amon's actions these past few weeks, I think we all have it in our hearts to forgive them. That being said, Burnice and Rinkah are actually banned from in-ring competition for 4 weeks, and that ban began this past Friday. Yukiyoko and Q-taro are not officially banned, however, they are holding out because the Flame Tribe are a family. They said if they're serving that time, we're serving that time. We might not have done it, but we're serving it out together. That being said, I think that's admirable. I think that is admirable. That is a tightly knit group, and I have a lot of respect for them. While I can't approve of their deeds, their backs were against the wall. When it comes to Amon, I've learned that maybe sometimes you do need to go to rather extreme measures. That being said, that's just my take as a hard-hitting reporter. And as a man who saw a family member be brutally attacked by that Amon. Something needs to be done about him, and hey, he is here tonight in the main event. He will be going up against Q-taro, who abandoned him in his tag team match. Amon was still able to win, but clearly isn't too happy. Negotiated by Alix, who we saw very briefly there. This match will go on. Q-taro Burgerberg versus Amon one-on-one in tonight's main event. But starting the show on a little bit of brighter news, we have a woman who's been showing the world just what the AEW champion can do. We're talking about Merrin. She's had open challenges over the past few weeks. We've had a lot of fantastic people answer these calls. I've gone back to watch some of them as well. Amy Rose, Mona, we had Margaret. We've had so many people answer these open challenges. We're about to have another one here tonight. Who will it be? Let's find out together as the stars go black. And out first is the champion. And let me talk to you guys. Now, I have not been commentating, as you know, over non-OC events for too long. And heck, I probably won't be doing it too much into the future either. Hey, maybe I'll pop up from time to time, because I do love learning about these competitors, and I might be watching a lot more often after what I've seen, especially after what I saw this past Friday between Merrin and Margaret, because that was a masterclass of a one-on-one match. Merrin is running that open challenge, and it's slowly but surely rather becoming one of the hottest parts of every AEW show. Every Rebellion, every Fracture, every Inferno, she's saying, I'm coming out here and I'm elevating this division, I'm elevating this title. And honestly, she's been doing just that. Margaret became a superstar this past Friday, going one-on-one, taking Merrin to her limit. I talked to Merrin and she said, I thought I was down and I thought I was out. But she kept pushing. But when she kept pushing, she found Margaret kept pushing as well, and that is when something lit inside of her. That moment is where it truly felt like she was on top of the world, on top of this division. Merrin said, hey, if my competitor, whoever answers my open challenge tonight, if they beat me, they get a title shot this Friday at Black Friday. If not, I'll hold an open challenge for it. Anybody who wants a shot at that title can come at me. Let's see how it all plays out. Staring at that championship. She's never been more proud to hold it, and I think the AEW is proud to have her as a champion. The answer is, or I guess the question is, who will be answering this open challenge? Because Merrin, right now, speaking to the AEW universe and saying that the open challenge is officially open, I suppose. Let's see who it is. You'll have to work with me, however, in the chat over there. Thank you very much for being here, by the way. Sarah Chadoan, that name does sound familiar. Let me think. About a year ago, I think there was a Sarah. I'm trying to make sure I'm not getting confused. Because there was a Sarah, I believe, a year ago, but there's also been Sarahs in the AWOC division. This is not one of them. I believe this Sarah was beaten by an OC, to become a champion. I think Ashi beat Sarah to become the AWE Fight Forever champion. That is where I think I recognize this Sarah name from. So I know this Sarah, at the very least, is a former Fight Forever champion. In that regard, we might be looking at one heck of a match. If Sarah put on any matches like March 7 has been putting on, we're in for a treat. Sarah Chadoan goes one-on-one for the Merrin Open Challenge tonight. I'm very excited. Are you ready? Because I know I am. Sarah. A very shiny orange hair. I will say that. The audience seems to appreciate her like it's a warm welcome. I haven't seen her on the cards recently, so maybe she's coming back from injury. Maybe she's coming back from a hiatus or something. That's just my guess. I'm actually not sure at all. We will see how this plays out, though. make a racket signs in the audience, which is a very funny rack of psalm, I suppose. Merrin versus Sarah, one-on-one to kick off our show tonight. And what a match to kick off the show, the Merrin Open Challenge, called by Clyde, and it's one-on-one, and it starts right here, right now. Merrin immediately drop-kicking Sarah in the back of the head. Stomps to the leg, stomps to the arm, and a knee strike right to the kidneys. Right now, Sarah is getting thwacked by the champion, but pushed away. Sarah trying to get her head back into the game, goes off of the ropes, looking for a moonsault to the back of the champ. And kicking, trying to make sure the champion's getting up, a couple of kicks right to the side, and pushing the foot against the face. The disrespect to the champion. And oh, almost raking the eyes. Clyde looks like he's letting it happen. Doesn't want these open challenges to end in any sort of crazy fashion, but look at this. Wrenching the arms up. But Merrin staying alive. Not going for a German, instead turning Sarah around and pushing her into the corner. An elbow to the throat. Couple of kicks, a couple of weight reversals there into a pinfall. A crazy pinfall. What? Not even one. Champion kicks out immediately, rolls out of the way of that offense. But Sarah right back in control, sending Merrin down. And we got to point out Sarah's already taken some body damage from the champion. But that damage may even out in just a second, and it does. Viciously trying to choke out Merrin on the ground. And it looks like not going top rope, going for what looked like a senton, but gets caught with a drop kick instead. Sarah rolls out of the ring. Steps back in, Merrin ready for her. No, they were ready for each other. Same time, and now the girls are grappling. Who will win this exchange? Merrin, the champ, pushes Sarah away. And a couple combinations, and a shot right to the eye, but reversal right back by Sarah. Chidoan lifting Merrin up, and Sarah the ring drops her onto the shoulder. Off the ropes, and responds back with a moonsault into the pinfall real quick for one. But still just one, trying to get one quick on the champion. Champion's got a signature built up because of it. What is Sarah thinking here? Kick right to the guts again. And oh my gosh. Targeted right onto the back of the knee. She's looking like she's pointing like she's about to shoot on Merrin. Maybe a sniper of sorts. A couple of shots to the gut. Again, I think was thinking of running off the ropes, but didn't work out in her favor that time. Clyde might have been in the way. Big kick in the corner. Champion might be out cold. 1, 2. No resiliency burn, but right now Merrin is in dire straits because of that. Gets out of the way though, and a kick again lands on the champion. That's the corner. What is Sarah thinking? Begging for the champ to get up. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, that was resiliency. That was a clubbing forearm to the back of the head. Merrin didn't even see it coming, couldn't see that coming. And a kick to the gut. And an axe kick to the back of the neck. Merrin trying to roll out of the way. Sarah has been coming on with oh my gosh, kipped up out of that. I was gonna say coming here with a volley of impressive offense, able to get out of the way of the champion. Champion returns fire with an elbow of her own. Sends Sarah into the metal barricade. Rebellion is a little bit more of a dangerous locale, dangerous location as big chops are landing. Steps back in, Merrin tries to take control and a big kick, knocking Sarah out cold. Merrin going to her wheelhouse off of the ropes. Went for a big clothesline, maybe lost her footing there, but still able to get the advantage over on Sarah. Neck breaker is broken up and hits one of her own instead. Sarah is taking it to the champ. Turning the head and stomping right on the skull. This is a targeted attack right to the head. Merrin's busted, Merrin's bleeding. And Merrin almost getting dragged to the corner instead. Able to fight back. We've seen Merrin fight back in a lot of these open challenges. Everyone's getting their big moves off, but Merrin somehow, someway is able to come back and counteract, adapt to her opponent. And right now, she's with an opponent who I don't know their match history. There's a world where she's never faced Sarah Chidoan before. And look at this. The Wyvern Sleeper move of her former tag team partner, Panette. Kick to the back. We saw her break that out. We haven't seen her do that before, and a kick right to the gut. And ladies and gentlemen, I know this, even if you missed the first one, the coolest kick in town lands right on Sarah Chadoan. And ladies and gentlemen, that's one, that's two, and that is resiliency. It's anybody's match. But Merrin ain't done yet. Telling the challenger to get up. Champ goes flying, and Champ goes clotheslining. Into the corner again. She's not done flying. Merrin all the way up again. Went for a big boom drop from the top, but able to roll out of the way. Sarah off of the ropes of the moonsault into the pinfall. That could be enough to close this thing out. 1, 2. It's high octane, but it ain't over yet. Sarah stomping on the knee of Merrin. Went for another shot there, and a kick lands from Merrin. And I want to point out Sarah does have a finisher here. Could end the match with how long this thing has been going on between these two with their hard-hitting kicks and their hard-hitting moves. Begs for her to get up. I'm not sure what Merrin is thinking here. Sarah's still groggy. She's going to have an opportunity to reverse, and she does it right to the back of the neck. And in perfect positioning, ladies and gentlemen, 07's in the chat for the even cooler kick in town. Doesn't connect. Sarah ducks it. Off the ropes herself. Went for an enziguri off of the ropes, it looked like, but unable to land it. Merrin now back in control. By the grace of whoever she holds near and dear. Off of the ropes, went for that DDT again. Sarah back in control instead. Off of the ropes herself. Big boot doesn't land, and instead, SOS, please! Oh my gosh, what a barn burner. Perfect reversal into the signature, and this time the even cooler kick lands. Going for the pinfall, that's gotta be all she wrote. For 1, for 2. Sarah grabbed the ropes, but Clyde didn't see it. We gotta get a different angle on that last one. I don't think we're gonna get a different angle on that last one, unfortunately. Well, dang, I kind of want to see the end. I wanted a different angle. Sarah, I think, had her hands on the rope. I think this might be the first of the open challenges that's ended in a little bit of contention. All the rest of them seem to be a little clean, and here, look, I want to point out there's no highlight reel, so we can't really check on it. Very interesting, because I'll tell you what, Sarah brought the A game. Merrin, once again, is that girl. Give me the stars back. We're gonna have to check that out. Hey, you guys can see it yourselves if you go back. I don't have that ability right now, but I think Sarah had those ropes. I'm not sure what the general managers are gonna do about that. I'm not sure what Merrin is gonna do about that, but hey, we'll see. There's arguments that Sarah could have gone on further in that match. But speaking of, we're going from one champion to another. New OC champion DJ will go one-on-one with the former OC champion and Adam Yukiyoko. And they're going one-on-one. I gotta tell you, if you have not experienced DJ in action, you're about to be in for a real treat. Because it's time. As the stars go. Black. They're already out there. And a show of respect to start this thing. Shaking hands. A lot of respect. Oh my gosh. And Adam, look, you gotta know, you gotta be certain. Adam lost that OC championship in a fatal four-way match. You gotta imagine, hey, if I can beat DJ one-on-one when I'm 100% fresh, he's 100% fresh, it might be a different story. Right now, DJ is in firm control, backed away. Trying to go off the ropes, and ooh, doesn't land. Instead, Adam using the wherewithal, his ring awareness to just walk out of the way. That's the thing about DJ. He's very flashy, but I'll tell you what, he's got the energy unlike anybody else. Holding on to the head. DJ in control. Adam trying to get the upper hand here, but look at this. Into a pinfall out of this. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody do that out of the grapple. But Adam, and those hands are dangerous. You get hit by Adam, you might be out cold from his lefts and from his rights, and a knee strike lands on Adam as well. Slowly getting up to his feet. Right now, this match is pretty even, but that could all change if this move lands, and it does. Face first into the turnbuckle, and off the ropes into a moonsault. He's just that quick. DJ lightning quick here in the AWE. A shot to the face, a couple shots to the jaw, and now right back into grappling. Last time DJ took the advantage. This time, is it going to be more of the same? Pushing Adam against the ropes. Breaking it up again, and this time DJ getting a little bit of a cheap shot on the former champion. Hitting some combinations of his own. Oh, but Adam's got his own strengths as well, using those heavy hands and those heavy fists to get right into the guts of DJ. Went for a big hit there, but instead whipped back. And gotta remember, DJ lasted so long in a gauntlet match this past this past Saturday before. Wait, no, he's not just saying it's time. He's going all the way into a comeback. Lifted up again. Kick to the gut and plants the former champ's face into the mat. And if this move lands, Adam might be as good as gone, and it will land actually. Sent him downtown for 1 for 2, and Adam has to burn early. That's what we were talking about. DJ's so high octane. It's hard to get a handle. He knows what he's doing when he stepped in between those ropes. Stomping on the head of the former champion. Still maybe a little bit rocked after the battle with Amon a couple of weeks ago. DJ able to step out of the way, but Adam trying to get back into control. Turning Adam around into a knee strike as well. Adam goes down. DJ's taking no real damage. And Adam is in dire straits at this point on the ropes. Jumps through the ropes, but Adam gets out of the way. He's going to need to get some good offense in here. Trying to drag DJ, but he hasn't done that much damage, so DJ's still going strong. Popped onto the ropes. Popped up, and a knee strike to the gut, and a kick to the back of the head. I think was thinking about a pinfall there, but instead sits him up and goes and yanks that neck right to the side. DJ off the ropes, but Adam able to stand up quickly. May have been his saving grace in this matchup, and I will say, I think DJ's much faster than Adam, and that has been used to his advantage. Adam's got to slow this match down, and it looks like that's what he's doing right here, right now. If he's able to get some slow moves on DJ, and it looks like he's doing that again, right into, a sharpshooter-esque move. DJ rolls out of the way into a drop kick, though. And DJ's so close to having a finisher built up. Adam, however, getting that boxing combination in, lifts up and sends DJ down, and he's got a signature and a finisher, and he's going to the corner, but he's got to turn around because DJ's ready there for him. Spear! By the former champ into the pin. 1, 2, kick out. But this is what we're talking about. He's got him where he wants him. If he hits that right hand and it lands, the haymaker from Adam into the pinfall. That's got, well, it might not be 1, 2. It is resiliency. Right now, it is anybody's match. And I want to point out that Adam's got one more in the chamber, and it lands. Haymaker right to the jaw, but he was so close to the ropes, but Adam wisely picked up the leg, and that's not enough. 2.9, champion kicks out. This is what I was talking about. The second the match slows down, it goes into the favor of the former champion. But DJ trying to ignite what's right, and a knee strike right to the head. And now he's got the finisher on lock. Adam, if he doesn't reverse this, it's about to be all over. Sent downtown for 1, for 2, and that is not enough. Oh my gosh. We know Adam has wanted this 1v1 match since he lost his championship, trying to keep his name into the picture. He's putting on an absolute banger right now with DJ. Stood right back up and sweeps the leg. DJ heading to the corner, thinking about something, trying to end this however way he can, whichever way he can. Big blockbuster, former neck breaker. As lifting Adam up and sends him down onto the knees. A lot of knee-based offense from DJ. And he's calling for Adam to get back up. Oh, but look at that reversal from Adam. Big chops, big hits, and the boxing combinations, that's what we're talking about. If you're not careful when you're in the ring with Adam Yukiyoko, he might be putting you away quick. But a reversal from DJ and another one may be saving him in this matchup, dragging him over to the corner. But Adam with the reversals right into the guts, right into the midsection, right into the abs of DJ, off of the ropes, and a reversal right back from DJ, lefts and rights, and a big boot, sending DJ down at the last possible moment. He must have been thinking about using that signature maneuver. Off of the ropes, big splash by Adam, puts his entire body on the line, stomps on DJ. They both got signatures. You gotta imagine whoever hits theirs first is gonna be the one to win this match, but a reversal from Adam at the last second into the pinfall. One, but Clyde got hit, so it was a slow count. Adam calling for the end of this now, but dodges the spear at the last second. Kick to the head. Now hold on a minute. These two may be putting on an instant classic. Popped up, reversal from Adam, and he may be thinking, haymaker, no. Couple combinations. Powerbomb position, gets him. Puts everything into that powerbomb. Went for a stomp there. Went for that haymaker, but DJ was a step faster, but now he's stunned. Turns him around, and it lands. Right under the jaw, into the pin. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ is down. Ladies and gentlemen, I tried to tell you we have two very strong OCs competing in this fight. They were both at the top of the OC division for a reason. Adam, he might be coming back for that OC championship. We thought DJ had this in the bag, but Adam, with an insane kick out of 2.9. The champion goes down tonight. Stood back up, and there was that haymaker. And we have to point out, DJ had the entire maybe first third of this match under his belt. Adam was able to hit two of those big haymakers in a row to come back. And here was the second one, right under the jaw. It took one more later on to end this match, and this is where we thought it might have been all over. It already burned resiliency, popped him up, and sent him downtown. That downtown DDT for 1, for 2, but somehow, someway got the shoulder up. And I think we also have to point out referee Clyde, with a slow count, may have been enough to put a competitor away, but a 3 count here with that knockout blow. The haymaker and the former champion Adam Yukiyoko says he's not done with the OC division. He's still here to put on banger matches, and he just did with the current champion. Nothing to sneeze at when we're talking about Adam or DJ, because they put on one heck of a match. That is our... I'll see this one at a highlight reel. Anywho, taking me back with the stars. Congratulations to the both of those gentlemen. What a match. I gotta tell you, if you haven't watched OC Revolution, you're missing out on some things like that. You gotta go check it out. Anywho, we move on with our show. 3 out of 5, and we see the 2 #1 contender tag teams that will be fighting for the championships this Friday. Are you ready? I sure hope you are, because it is Crack the Whip versus Kaito and Ryoma, the frenemies. And they're going 2-on-2 in tag team action as the stars go. Black. And we're gonna have to actually talk about this man as I take a sip of this. Very good. I gotta make sure this thing is charged. Naida gave me one of these. She's working on getting these Akashi things or something. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully they'll be in sometime this month. For better communication, just upping security as best as she can, and you know, I think it's very smart given the threat the Equalist movement poses. That being said, right now I got this little handy walkie-talkie. It's better than the tablet that we had for this past Friday. I'll be able to actually get into actual communication with security on one channel, with the GMs on another channel, as long as there's a little call. There's even a little call button. Should be good. I'm very excited. Well, I actually hope I don't have to use it. I have to admit that. I hope I don't have to use it. Ryoma came to the aid, though, as we focus on the match. Came to the aid of Kaito, who was short one partner. Cassius said, you can find a partner. I'm not focused on tag team gold right now. I'm focused on making sure that I get that son of a gun, Hazel. And you know what? Now that I'm caught up on that situation, I can't say I blame him. I can't say I blame him at all. Kaito Momota, however, and Ryoma work together incredibly, but I want to point out, it's hard to say how well you work together in a triple threat tag team match. When it comes to a standard tag team match, making tags, saving your partner at the right time, trusting that they can kick out of something, hitting big tag team moves or tag team finishers, that is where everything changed a little bit. That is where you have to really, really dial in. We'll see who's dialed in tonight when Kaito and Ryoma, the frenemies, go at it. So I've actually looked at their history a little bit in between this Friday and today. Kaito took the championship off of the former King of the Ring. Actually, I don't think they call it King of the Ring here. I think they call it the Royal Crown. The Kang Ryoma is what they refer to him as. Had a nice little run up until Ticket to Paradise, where Kaito took it off of him. He had joined some sort of dark, the dark side or something, and held the title all the way until the next February event, where they do the Royal Crown thingamadoodle. But it's also worth it to point out that they fought again for the championship last year at the Fight Before Christmas. So we'll see how this all plays out. Sherazard, though, very new to the AWE. I have talked to her. I've talked to Von Karma, as you remember from this Friday. Sherazard's so happy to be competing here. She's actually more concerned about Estelle. Also very good friends with Estelle. Considers kind of Estelle to be a sister to her. Was trying to keep her mind focused on the tag team championship. She knows that if anything happens, Cassius Bright's got it under control. But right now, she's got to focus on working together with her partner, Von Karma, Francisca, Miss Fran, both masters of the whip. Sherazard a lot more, I'll say, pleasant to talk to. Francisca scares us a little bit, scares all of us, but you know what? I think deep down, behind all of that doom and gloom, that deep Russian-esque accent, there's a heart in there, and I respect that. At the very least, I know she likes her tag team partner. She says, Sherazard, I saw something in her at AV Mania. These two decided to team up, and they have been taking the tag team division by storm. Recently became #1 contenders, and by that I mean this Friday. I was there for it, you were there for it, and if you weren't, I'll tell you, they did it. And now this coming Friday at Black Friday, they will be fighting for the championships. It's 2-on-2, and it starts right now. Oh, what do we got? Suplex. Shara starting off against Ryoma. Ryoma getting muscled up and sent down by Shara. Sherazard, a bracer from where she resides, has done a lot of traveling and saving of people, and you know what? A lot of respect to her. Turn around. Ryoma looks like sending Sherazard into the ropes. No, into the post. Shoulder first into the post. That's got a sting. It's got a sting like a bee. Or a scorpion. Leg drop, guillotining on the ropes as well. And now going after Von Karma, too. Ryoma's on a one-man power trip right now. Stepping back in, jumping over that rope. And trying to jump off the ropes as well, but Shara catches him, drags him over to the ropes herself, punches him right on the jaw. And what is going on here off the ropes? A shot. And another one. 3 shots right to the spine. And then drops him on his back as well, already targeting the back of the much smaller Ryoma, and a punch in return. Ryoma, the shortest person in this matchup. I'm not entirely sure if Ryoma or Wario are shorter. Probably Ryoma. That's a very short man, but I'll tell you what, Wario very short himself. Kick right to the knee. But reversal by Shara, kicking Ryoma right into the back targeted, and ran through it. And I want to point out that I'm surprised he caught that crossbody right to the back, but a reversal by Shara as well. I was going to say neither Von Karma or Kaito have been in this competition, but I think that's actually a strategy from Charizard Harvey. As we found out this Friday, Francisca Von Karma is a little bit worse for wear, is a little bit beat up, wants to make sure she doesn't even have an iota of a chance to be injured in this battle. Oh my gosh, did you see that? I think Charizard raged up but unable to capitalize on it because Ryoma was jumping off of the ropes and a drop kick landed, kick to the gut, and little X Factor right to the face. And now going for a tag to Kaito Momota. It's kind of a 2-on-1 situation right now. Doesn't have to be, but I know Charizard, and I know she's trying to make sure her partner's as close to 100% for this Thursday as she can be. Well, they weren't going to turn down a fight to hone their tag team skills, but hey, neither were Kaito and Ryoma, pushing Shara onto the ropes, and they may be sending her flying. No, they're diving right through her. Charizard saying, I gotta tag out. And Ryoma's sitting there waiting, but does... Oh no, it looks like a Canadian destroyer. Immediately onto Von Karma, and we're talking about injuries, so this could be enough to put Von Karma away for one. For two, it is a kick out. There's no shame in a loss right here, right now. I'm going to tell you what. Going into the corner, I'm not sure what they're thinking here. Wait a minute. Both of them in the corner. What is Ryoma doing here? Oh my gosh, using... Charizard to do damage to Von Karma. In the corner again. And a tag's been made. Unsure of what they're doing here. Oh my gosh, that was a finisher, tag team finisher. I'm not sure what they call that. I didn't know they had a tag team finisher, given that they were kind of put together by happenstance tonight. That being said, I know that they were a part of a group together called the Entourage. Backstabber lands. Von Karma trying to crawl for that tag, but Kaito not letting it happen, but Von Karma rolls out of the way. Somehow, some way back in control of this fight, and a big kick lands. Von Karma is not looking to make the tag yet, trying to weaken Kaito just a little bit more, but the more she does this, the more dangerous it gets. And she might be trying to decimate the legs to make sure that moon landing don't hurt too bad. Charizard has that finisher already ready. And a tag has been made. We know that these two excel in a little whip-based offense, and now they're whipping Kaito right into the ropes. Little return favor. Wait a minute, they still got something going on. Pardon me, off of the ropes again. As Kaito's forced attacking himself, but she still gets the move off on Kaito, and then lifts up Ryoma. One-woman show as she's hitting that Shara Slam. 1, 2, kick out by Ryoma. Still not resiliency. What a show that Charizard's putting on. Von Karma as well, able to redirect traffic so Charizard can get back in. They're going to have to do a lot of that this Friday in their tag team championship match. Ryoma rolls out of the way, turns Shara around, and drop kicked into the ropes. Thought he was setting up for a 619, it kind of looked like. Shara rolls out of the ring. Ryoma all the way up top. Oh my gosh, caught him out of it and powerbombed him into the steel barricade. Charizard Harvey is truly something else. Calls for Ryoma to get up. Von Karma also has a signature. If they can keep Ryoma grounded, and it looks like they might. Lifts him up again. Charizard does have that signature. Will she be bold enough to use it as the million-dollar question? Reversal. No tag made. It looks like, oh my gosh. Kind of a split-legged Hurricane Run on that front. Off of the ropes again. Everyone's flying in this match. I gotta admit, it's very exciting. Caught him again into a power bomb. Scheherazade, the power. I know she's very elegant in her arch usage, but I'll tell you what, the crafts are crazy. This time right into the heels. Forehead first into the heels. And oh my gosh, what is Von Karma thinking? Calling for Ryoma to get up. Has him, sends him to the corner. Tag's been made. And these two are, oh, big clothesline there and turned into a super kick. Stomping onto the chest, crack the whip, are dominating. Poor Ryoma, he's got to make that tag, especially if this signature hits from Scheherazade. She's not going for the signature. She's going for another tag, and once again, smart, but it doesn't land. Ryoma was ready for it this time. Von Karma tried to interfere, get a hit to the face of Ryoma. He's slowly walking over. He does make the tag, though. Kaito now in the ring. Whip the head and a double kick right to the chest. Oh, they're not done as well. Hold on. Look at this. Plants him. Using your partner as a weapon. Stomp to the head and into the pinfall. I'm not sure if Von Karma's going to take this bait. 1-2. Certainly didn't. Von Karma knew Shera had this one, but look at this submission hold. And Shera's body is a little bit of a wreck, so we could see. No, Von Karma still trusting. Still trusting Shera. But that trust may be waning because Shera's back in that corner and another tag has been made. And off of the ropes, big rolling, oh my gosh, rolling neck breaker. Shera rolls out, and Ryoma, who's got that signature, may be looking to plant Scheherazade head first outside of the ring. Did you see the pained expression after that move landed? Scheherazade's, oh my gosh, he dolphin dived out. I didn't know he was part aquatic mammal. Scheherazade rolled back in. Ryoma, I'll tell you what, at this point, might just want to go for a pinfall, but instead, more damage to the back of Scheherazade. At this point, Scheherazade might be the one who's injured. Double axe right to the forehead. Could be enough to knock you out cold. As a kick to the back lands again. This matchup is completely turned around in favor of these frenemies. But Scheherazade stands right back up immediately. Tries to get the upper hand, runs into Kaito, but gets hit in the back and gets planted down onto the knee. And that's one, but it's just one because Von Karma gets in there quickly. And look at this, trying to really weaken those abs of Scheherazade. Tag made back to Ryoma. They both have a finisher, and that's what you got to watch out for. This long ways to go immediately hits. Yeah, the pinfall, that's one. That's two. Resiliency's burned on Scheherazade. Von Karma's still so fresh. Shera saying, I'll take all the damage if I need to for this team. So that we can at least make it to this this Friday again for the third time. Every single time he's trying to jump at Scheherazade while she's standing. She gets the upper hand. That's one, that's two. And it's a kick out. A desperation kick out at this point. Rolls out of the way. Scheherazade does have the finisher lined up. Lifts Ryoma up. Slams him onto the knee. Remember this, Ryoma's still not as fresh as a daisy either. Reversal though, hit right to the face. Oh man, we saw this before. He tried to set it up before, it didn't work. This time, it lands. 619 right to the jaw of Scheherazade. Once again, Von Karma cannot come in to help. And Ryoma, I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, goes to make the tag to Kaito. Scheherazade slowly getting up to one knee, and a DDT lands. Scheherazade might be as good as gone at this point. That's one, that's two, and that is not three. Scheherazade still gets a shoulder up. Somehow, someway, still gets a shoulder up at three. But I'll tell you what, at any moment, he might be thinking about hitting that other side. Now onto the ropes. Went for a kick there. Did not land. Didn't land that one either. Scheherazade goes back and forth, but hits a drop kick on a Kaito. Tried to go to make the tag, but Kaito, at the last second, kicks Scheherazade right in the face. Lands there and goes for that moon landing, standing moon landing, and a tag's been made over to Ryoma, who's got 2 finishers and is looking like he's ready to end this match. Crack the whip. Didn't get the finisher there. Reversed by Sherazard. And now it's these two that I think may be thinking about that tag team finisher. They're cracking the whip, using the ropes to crush the trachea of Ryoma. That's 1. He doesn't have resiliency. That's 2. He's able to kick out. But more importantly, Kaito no longer has an opportunity to come in. If this move hits, and it does, super kick with the heels right to the jaw. Stood Ryoma right back up into the corner, and they're looking, I think, to crack that whip again. She kicked him right in the throat, and the throat keeps getting targeted by these two. Shera rolls in and goes for the pin. That honestly might be resiliency with back-to-back finishers, 1, 2, and they're right back in this. Crack the whip is right back in this, and once again, this is still worked out because Von Karma's taken basically no damage in this fight. Kaito very much the same. One last tag. This honestly, depending on how effective this move is, could be enough to end this thing right to the chest of Ryoma. Oh, Von Karma's got to stop that tag. Tried to, but Ryoma jumped at the last second. Drop kick right to the knee. Kaito standing Von Karma up. Von Karma with a reversal. Uppercut right to the jaw. Couple big hits, Ryoma back on the apron. If Kaito does need help, he's got it. Oh my gosh, that looked like a leg drop, but Kaito was just getting up, and that could have been some real permanent damage. Into the corner again. Von Karma realizing, I gotta keep making these tags. I can't stay in here very long. Double whip. Double kip up. And Sherazard does have the signature. Steps back in. Steps back out. Actually goes after Ryoma, which isn't the worst idea in the world. But Ryoma with an elbow right to the back of the head. But Shera pops Ryoma up and hits that powerbomb outside the ring. Kaito celebrating inside of the ring. Nobody has help right now. Wait, is she still going on to Ryoma? No, she's not. She's going after Kaito now. Powerbomb position. Has him up. Count of 3. Powerbomb into the apron and whacks him into the apron as well. Then focuses back on Ryoma, but Ryoma swings Shera into those steel steps. And he's removing the turnbuckle as well. Count of 5. Shera rolls out of the way. Drop kick. And I want to point out, we're at a count of 7. They could win this thing by count out. Count of 8. Oh, hold on. Count of 9. Oh, and 10. At the last second, these two win this thing by countout. At the very least, crack the whip. I feel like they don't get pinned here. They definitely didn't lose anything by losing by countout here. They still have momentum going into that match because I'll tell you what, if Kaito and Ryoma try to win by countout again, Team Wa, they retain those championships. They get it the easy way around tonight. I think they started to realize if this match goes on any longer, we might be at a disadvantage fighting against Team Wa. Smart. At the very least, very smart. And, oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Dropped right on the head and a kick out at 2. What a match. These two honestly started to show a lot of great tag team synergy between both. We saw the strategies from both teams. Sherazard said, I'll take all of the damage that I can. You just get ready to hit some big moves, and big moves she did. Von Karma with a kick right to the throat, and right afterwards they trapped Ryoma, trying to crush that throat as well. And on the outside, Shera hitting that power bomb. Suplex power bomb. The rolling roller power bomb, as she calls it. And Kaito making it in by 10, and they do get the W. Kaito, big celebrations. Ryoma still very, it looks like stern, very serious, and it looks like they're gonna hug it out. They are. Maybe, maybe not actually. Ryoma seems hesitant, but they do. And the audience loves it. The two of them do hug it out. And Ryoma says, good job, buddy. And Kaito says, good job, buddy, right back. Hold on. Kaito, I think, stepped away from that one, but oh my gosh, hold on. Pushes him out of the way. Is there trouble in paradise here? Hold on a minute. Saying, calm down a second. Pushes him right back. What is going on between these two? Pushes him away again into the ropes. And mush faces him. Ryoma's gotta be furious after that. As the two just stare down, stare a hole into each other, and what is he doing here? What? I'm sorry, what? What happened there? Random fire, nearly burning the place down. Ryoma. Maybe that's what he was setting up when he removed that turnbuckle. Maybe he set up some fire, maybe some pyro. I'm not sure. Put me back on. Give me the stars. Incredible matchup as we must go on. Hey, what a show it's been so far. We've had a lot of great matches, and we're about to have Alix versus Hazel one-on-one. Once again, if it's anything like that first former champion versus current champion match, we're about to see the OCs pop off again. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so very excited. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a call. Yeah, Dirk Madison, Hard Hill reporter here. What's your news? Okay, you have any footage? Okay, can you tell me how to put them on? I just have to do the stars? It'll take me there? Okay, great. All right, thank you very much. Okay, pardon me, we actually have to go to our cameras over in the AWE warehouse, I believe. Can we get the stars? Are they just gonna take me there? Okay, yeah, stars took me there. Okay, great. Apparently these two have been brawling it out in the warehouse. I don't know what else to tell you. These two have been kind of really going at it lately. Is that a whole tank? Looks like a whole tank over there. Anywho, these two have been brawling throughout the entire AWE warehouse. Some security has tried to separate them. Nahida said, specifically, I think maybe I'll Hate Them needs to learn this lesson the hard way. I don't think this is going to settle until these two have a proper match, but this is definitely not a proper match. This is carnage. This is carnage and chaos, and it's a dangerous situation. Stomp to the back of the neck. I think we've seen them have a match before, maybe. I don't quite recall. This is one of the things that I do know is happening. That I'll Hate Them submitted Estelle, who was Cassius's daughter, for some terrible game. Some terrible game. You know, there's a lot of bad people here in the AWE. I do have to admit. Up on the shoulders though. Cassius right drops him over there on concrete. There's no protection here in this warehouse. But you know what? That makes sense. Nobody has like a padded warehouse. Why would you? Tossing I'll Hate Them over here in the corner, in between these shelves, the shelving here. There's a lot of stuff. There's like what, steel chairs, there's stairs, there's water bottles, microphones, a lot of things here in this backstage area. Stood right back up. I'll Hate Them is getting whopped right now. And dropped by Cassius Bright. Right now Cassius is destroying I'll Hate Them. Went for a super kick. I'll Hate Them steps out of the way though. Dragging Cassius somewhere, tosses him over away from these shelves. Thank goodness. I thought he was gonna try and toss him face first in these shelves. That would have been disgusting. Clothesline to Cassius Bright. Cassius getting stood up. Getting dragged again. No, Cassius, a couple shots to I'll Hate Them's guts. And a drop kick sending I'll Hate Them down. Now, hey, look, I think I've learned that it's really hard to be unbiased in this whole wrestling commentary gig, you know? Oh, we're getting a whole little tour here. Where is he taking him? Punch to the jaw, couple more hits, and a DDT again onto the concrete. I'll Hate Them stands back up, big chops, big hits. A knee strike to the gut, and look at this. Yanking that arm, trying to break the arm of Cassius, using all of his body weight to snap that arm back. And it looks like it hurt him tremendously, but Al-Haytham was the one who stunned. I think he hit his head on the way back down. And Cassius is tossing Al-Haytham like a pile of garbage, like the pile of garbage that is his heart. Big chops, but look at this. Al-Haytham responds with a big move of his own, standing Cassius right back up. Now tossing Cassius further and further. They just keep throwing each other. At least they're not using these weapons around, because that's where I feel like things would get dangerous here. I think that's where security would have to probably intervene as a neckbreaker lands on Bright. Slowly walking around. Stands Cassius back up. And dragging him over again. Oh my gosh! Tossing him into a shelving, the whole thing fell apart. Some of that might have landed on Cassius, and maybe I shouldn't have said anything. I might have given him ideas, because now he's using a baseball bat on Cassius, Bright, as these two are now throwing hands. Cassius sending him down, knee first, thankfully, not on the concrete. Standing him up again, now tossing Al-Haytham further this way. A lot of fencing back there, but it looks like he's looking to finish off Al-Haytham right here. But Al-Haytham with the reversal. I think reversing the finisher of Cassius Bright. Bracer hold, I believe. And now Al-Haytham looking for some sort of a big ol' power bomb, but Cassius stands back up immediately, saying, "That's not gonna happen. Not with you and me. This only ends one way, with me whooping your butt." But that butt whooping might not be working out in Cassius Bright's favor, because look at this. Al-Haytham's got a steel chair. He might be looking to. I think he was looking to damage the head of Cassius Bright, but instead Cassius gets turned around. Cassius reverses the finisher of Al-Haytham though, trying to drag him. It looks like over to the ring, and almost gets him there, but Al-Haytham reverses. Cassius reverses right back. Shots to the gut. And a low drop kick. They are fighting all over this place. Stood up again. Again dragging and tossing Al-Haytham. Oh, he landed back first on that baseball bat. And yanking the knee. What does he think? Oh, he's got a microphone. And punches him, goodness gracious, in the head with that microphone. Lifts him right back up. Cassius has 2 signatures and a finisher. But he's not using any of them. He just wants to deal damage to Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham, it looks like, tried to run away, but ran back, maybe faked Cassius out. And then a nasty clothesline lifts Cassius back up. And Al-Haytham again tossing him into the, goodness gracious, almost into the rubble of that fallen shelf. Thank goodness they're not making too much of a mess of this. There's a lot of boxes. A lot of them seem like they're half open for some reason. Your guess is as good as mine, especially the one in the back there. They look like they're shoddily taped up. I wonder if that's the normal as a neckbreaker lands on Cassius. Al-Haytham stands him right back up again. Trying to drag Cassius. Cassius again able to get the upper hand on Al-Haytham. Low drop kick. And again, I want to point out, Cassius isn't really using too many finishers. He's just saying, I'm going to make you suffer. He's not going to beat you senseless. I mean, he will, but it looks like he wants suffering, and now it looks like he's almost had enough. Has Al-Haytham locked in deep on this submission hold, this bracer hold, I believe. And then just lets him go. Doesn't go for the finish, it just lets him go. Now trying to toss him again. This time, Al-Haytham is the one who gets Cassius. I think his back also landed right onto that microphone stomped on the arm. And sends him face first. Cassius is busted open. Cassius is bleeding. But Al-Haytham's the one who reverses the finisher again. Cassius Bright might be in incredible danger. Getting dragged over to who knows where. And goes, almost face first into that tank. May have saved himself, stomped him there. And now has Cassius's arm. He's trying to break the arm of Cassius. Cassius rolls out of the way. And oh my gosh, almost a dancing-esque move from Bright. Has him in control. Al-Haytham with the reversal. Is that a pinata? That might be March's pinata. I think she stopped using that. Oh no, my gosh. Neckbreaker lands. Al-Haytham has 3 finishers, and Cassius looks like he's out cold. Is he gonna hit that football right into the back of the neck of Cassius Bright? He does, but Cassius just stands up afterwards. He's a man fueled by anger, by hatred. And now getting dragged by Al-Haytham, slowly but surely. But dragged him for too long. Cassius came back to his senses. And a big discus clothesline. There's look, if this were any other 2 competitors, as Al-Haytham reverses what looked like the bracer hold, I think, lifted up and slammed down. And it looks like he's gonna do it again. Absolutely senseless violence, lifted up and reversed by Cassius, pushes him away into a Hurricane Rana. Reverse the finisher at the last second, and this time locks in the bracer hold one more time. Is Al-Haytham gonna have to tap out to this submission hold? No, because Cassius again just lets it go. But the one thing he won't let go is what Al-Haytham's done. Hits him right in the... Oh, tried to hit him in the spine, actually. Pushes that bat away and again goes for that finisher, lands it. But Cassius somehow isn't in danger afterwards. What is that man made of? Stomp on the arm. Oh my gosh, right to the temple. Stood back up again, but a clothesline takes Cassius down. But again, he's not in danger. Again, somehow not in danger. Cassius stood back up again. Getting sent over to the ground. Trying to lift him back up. The arms are now hurting bad, but Cassius gets a foot up. A leg up in the competition, and this time throws Al-Haytham into a shelf. My gosh. Stomped on Al-Haytham, again locking it into that bracer hold. Just moments of pure devastation on Al-Haytham every single time, but never does Cassius... Wait, ooh, Al-Haytham this time kicking Cassius, kneeing him right into the back of the head. I was gonna say every single time Cassius just lets it go. This time Al-Haytham was all the wiser, trying to put him into a position, a prone position. Hit him, oh my gosh, his face just went into those steps and onto, ugh, that almost rusty looking metal plating, but a Hurricane Rana almost into those crates. They're fighting all over this place, this warehouse. But a reversal by Al-Haytham. But Cassius reversing right back, steps out of the way. Has him on the shoulders. Oh no, puts him onto those crates. What is Cassius thinking here? Oh, but Al-Haytham steps out of the way. Able to whip him over though. Stands Cassius Bright back up. Oh no, he tried to go for that finisher on this, but instead, Cassius on the crates hits the true nature. Oh my gosh, of all things onto the crates. This was the darndest fight that I've ever seen. It felt like Al-Haytham was looking to finish Cassius off, but could never get the job done. And at the end of the day, Cassius said, I see you for what you really are. I see the true nature of all things. My gosh. Security at this point, I think, are stepping in now that Al-Haytham looks like he's out cold. Oh man, I kick to the gut. That neck breaker land. No, that was it looked like a neck breaker turned into a face buster by Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham, I will admit, was very impressive in this fight. I don't think I've ever seen someone take this much of a fight to Cassius Bright. But then again, I guess I've never seen Cassius Bright do things like this. From what I've heard from Cassius, or about Cassius Bright, he's usually a stand-up gentleman, never really loses his cool. But hey, if someone puts your daughter in a situation like Al-Haytham seems to have done, I think I'd want to do this too. Bam! And then right onto those wooden and hard-plated crates. Almost put him through that wooden crate there. It might have cracked. I think it did crack under the back of Al-Haytham. My gosh. Well, at this point, I think our OC champion and our challenger are already in the ring. So let's try and cut the cameras there as soon as we can. Can we get them? Can we get them there? Can I make a call? Hello? Production truck? Yeah, are we... Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Even better. They already have it loaded up. They're just waiting, and the referee's gonna give us the okay, so let's give the okay. Let's start this match. With some stars, yep. Clyde has given the okay. And it looks like we're gonna start with another little hand... Oh. Oh my gosh, wait, Alix? It looked like we were gonna start with a show of respect, but apparently it was a show of... a show of luring the champion in and immediately busted Hazel open. Oh my gosh. Alix won the title at AV Mania, just lost it last Saturday at OC Revolution, but honestly proved to be a megastar after hitting a moonsault onto all three of her opponents. Getting one elimination and burning resiliency on one of them after that one move. Something I don't think I've ever seen in my years now of calling AWE matches. Alix trying to sit Hazel down. Hazel, who's already been busted open, has been caught off guard immediately by Alix. And that's the thing about being a champion, you got to be ready for anything. And oh my, wait a minute, you might have to be ready for something really bad, something nasty. Hazel's in a really bad position. This is not where you want to be in a match with anybody. Oh my gosh, right to the temple over and over again. What is Alix thinking? Oh no, 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 no! The champion's getting rocked. And it all happened because of a sleight of the handshake by Alix. Can you imagine if both the champions get beat here tonight? One, just a kick out of one. Hazel's trying to come back too. Blood already heavily dripping down her face. That must have been a measured shot. And remember, this is an already beat up Hazel. Powerbomb position. Maybe this is Alix trying to injure Hazel even further. As she's dropped head first onto the turnbuckle. Hazel getting riled up. And here's the thing, Hazel has incredible ring IQ, but now that ring IQ may have been taken out of her advantage after the mind games from Alix. Low drop kick. Some people are saying Alix is low-key a contender for OC of the Year for the ladies. I know that those year-end awards are coming up. Jumping out of the ring. Hazel's name is also in contention after the breakout performance at OC Revolution. If she's able to win this match tonight, really make a name for herself into the pinfall very quickly into a bridge 2 for one. Just for one. And hold on, roll through into a knee bar. And rolling back out of the way. Alix again, and did you see where Alix was targeting? Right onto the open wound of the forehead of Hazel. I think Alix is just trying to make Hazel as bloody as possible, really trying to injure the champion, saying, hey, if the champ can't compete, we got to get a new champion, right? 1, 2, kick out. 2. Went for a low bottom rope moonsault, nobody's home, and Hazel is the one who's locking the door behind her. Punch to the jaw. Shot to the head, and now Hazel looks like she's trying to do a little bit of, not a little bit of damage, a whole lot of damage as that spine lands on the LED board and the apron. Shot to the back of the knee and a stomp, and now Alix, the challenger, or I guess the former champion rather, is standing and stunned. Hazel walking right back in. The thing is, Alix does have a signature. Hazel still got to work one up. But if this move lands, she might be as close as she can be. What is she thinking here? It's a big, oh my gosh, a crazy clothesline. Just tossed the arms in the air. And on the way down, oh, jumped right back over. And it looked like Alix was thinking it may have been a comeback, but instead, reverse. That was a heck of a reversal into that arm drag. And a low moonsault again. Hazel apparently studied the tapes. Maybe knows the moonsaults of Alix all too well at this point. After that moonsault hit on 3 people, it looks like Hazel's hyper aware of all moonsaults, and now has an armbar locked in. Alix rolls out of the way. Hazel has become somewhat of a submission specialist, it feels like. Both of them now have a signature lined up. Whoever hits it first is going to be at a strong advantage. But Hazel got hers reversed. And Alix's was not. Dropped face first as the gears turn on Hazel for 1, 2. Had no resiliency. Champ had to use heart to kick out of that one. And I'll tell you what, if this finisher lands, still might have to use heart to kick out. Oh, into the ropes. Not a pop-up. Swinging neck breaker by Hazel. Pinfall lands, trying to get a quick pinfall, but no, not the case. Hazel looked low-key disgusted at Alix. Maybe it's the blood dripping down the face of Hazel at this point. Turned around. Oh, wait a minute. Turned back around. Hazel looked stunned and groggy at that point. Again, it's got to be the gashes to the head. And if this scoop slam lands, I think we know exactly where Alix is going. Is she gonna hit that picture perfect? No, not a moonsault. Went for a splash instead. Not what I was expecting at all, but might be enough to burn resiliency. 1, 2, champion still doesn't burn. Hazel still doesn't burn, and I want to point out that's not surprising anymore. Hazel rolled out of the way. Didn't reverse it, but still rolled out of the way of the moonsault. Incredible moonsault, too, from the middle rope to the top rope. Insanely pretty moonsault. But Hazel, as we said, trying to ice out the competition. Has it locked in deep, pulls it back tight, but I think just narrowly the fingers get pulled apart, and Hazel is now hurting bad. Again, a shot right to the open wound was enough to make Hazel immediately let go of that submission hold, lift it up, and sit down onto the knee. Hazel crawling to the corner. Alix watching, waiting, dissecting, looking at what Hazel can do, turn backwards. Hazel can't even see behind her. But maybe just go to the champion in, flying elbow by Hazel. And now the former champion is busted open. New champion, 1, 2, still doesn't burn resiliency on the former champ. These two, I didn't know they knew each other's wheelhouses quite like this. This has become a big old bloody brawl between these two ladies at the top of the OC division tonight. Hazel walking around, has a signature. Focusing on the legs. Ugh, focusing on the legs hard with the submission hold. Look at Alix writhing in pain and stunned because of it. The legs are orange. The head is red. Everything's red. And now look at this, locked in. An armbar is going after every single appendage of the former champion. And pushed away at the last second. That's insane. Look at how hurt Alix is. At this point, Hazel, and I'm going to talk about it. Ooh, wait a minute. I want to talk about it, but I need to also point out that she's going for an insane elbow drop. And Hazel has no resiliency. Did Alix just pick up the perfect pinning opportunity for 1, for 2, and pins the champion? Not yet. And once again, it doesn't surprise me. I saw Hazel in action last Saturday. I saw the gauntlet survived by Hazel. Didn't go all the way, but had one heck of a time. Was smart. Was calculating. And that's what I'm seeing in this matchup right now. She's slowly but surely tearing apart every ligament that Alix has. Alix is slow to get up. Alix is slow to do everything now because every part of Alix's body is hurting. Alix still trying to use the heart to kick out of anything and everything Hazel does, because she knows at this point if Hazel lands one big move, all of her body could be red, and any pinfall could be enough to put her away. Any submission could be enough to put her away, and that's exactly what Hazel wants in a match like this. Staring down and yanking at that arm again trying to get that arm to red, and gets it there. May have to burn, but again yanks it back, survives one more time. Alix somehow, someway is still alive in this thing. Punch right to the head. Turns Hazel around. And a German lands. Stomp to the back. To potentially set up for that moonsault. Oh! Gets all of it into the pin though. And that's 1, That's 2, and champion does burn resiliency, finally. Alix saying, I'm putting the champ away. It's one-on-one, and it's a, time to go flying. Lifting Hazel right back up. Shot to the jaw. Rocking the champion, drop kick to the chest. Went for a stomp there, but again, a shot to the jaw, and now Hazel's the one firing back. Ooh. Little side suplex. Hazel's got a signature and a finisher. Ooh, but a reversal there. And Alix with a clothesline. Alix with a comeback, saved it for the very last moment. Whips the back. And goes for the pinfall at this juncture. It could be all she wrote. 1, 2. Okay, well now I am a little bit surprised. I have to admit my surprise is legitimate now. Turned around. And Hazel gets the signature reversed. Former champion is at play here. But again, Hazel refusing to say die and has that arm locked in again. And it is resiliency on Alix. It's anybody's match, but Alix does have the finisher. Oh, man. Going to the ropes. Alix's body is in shambles as Hazel gets tossed out of the ring. Alix calling for something. This match is something special. Off of the ropes. And a Hurricane Rana, champ is stunned. But look at how hurt Alix is. Was barely able to stand up afterwards. Was barely able to capitalize. Turns Hazel around. And drops Hazel as the gears are turning. Calling for the end of this. Outside of the ring, steps back. And a dragon cutter. For the count of 5. And dragging Hazel towards the ring. Tossed into the ring at this point. Hazel might be out cold into the pinfall. No, not into the pinfall. Dragging Hazel away from the ropes is what's happening here. Has to be thinking about the pin. Champ's got to be down at this point. Injured, just took a finisher and a signature on the outside. That's 1. That's 2. Alix, both of the OC champions tonight were pinned by the former champs in incredible outings from all 4 competitors. If you thought that their names were out of the record books, if you thought we weren't going to hear from Alix again, if you thought we weren't going to hear from Adam again, remember how this thing played out. Hazel's ring IQ was immediately taken down a notch at the start of this matchup. We have to remember that. Immediately at the start of this matchup, a fake handshake and a big boot made Hazel bust it open immediately. A lot of story being told in this fight, and at the end of the day, Alix took Hazel outside, hit the signature, hit the finisher, and brought her back. Here was the first one, gears turning. That was early on in this match. Hazel had some incredible kickouts. 1, 2, didn't burn resiliency, and there didn't have resiliency. Over here, twisting neck breaker. Beautiful moves by Hazel, and we gotta point out what Hazel did. I don't think I've seen a competitor have their body get torn apart in a match like that before. Every part of Alix's body except for the legs were red and the legs were orange. If Hazel wanted to, if Hazel had another 3 minutes in this match of consciousness, Alix might have had to been stretchered to the back. Alix can barely walk to the back. And look at this, this is where we saw the legs get decimated as well. One last pull here. And she could barely climb to the ropes for that moonsault, and this was the comeback. The comeback that we thought was gonna seal the deal. Went for a kick there, sweep the leg. Alix was fired up, and then the pinfall afterwards for 1, for 2, and I think this is actually the last pinfall for 3 after the finisher and signature to the outside. Alix said, I'm coming back for my championship. Just you wait. She won, but I'll tell you what, it was not easy. She had to, and I want to point out specifically, she had to out-mind game the champion with the highest ring IQ in the business. What a show. But that brings us now to our main event. It's one-on-one. It's Amon versus Q-taro Burgerberg. What can I say except, hey, it's happening for one reason. Well, two reasons, I suppose. They're both challengers, as the stars go. Black. They are both challengers for the titles this Friday. Q-taro will be facing off against Makoto Naegi, and this man will be facing off against the man who stole his ultimate talent of this past Friday. He will be fighting against Mondo Owada for the AWE All-Star Championship. A crack in his mask, and I'll tell you what, I think a crack in his mentality. Amon walks out to the ring, and you'll see this man fight Mondo this Friday on Black Friday. See how it all plays out shortly. Because he's going one-on-one with the other challenger, but I want to point out he's going one-on-one with the person who abandoned him this past Friday. Abandoned him when he had no resiliency, when his back was against the wall. Q-taro stepped down. Q-taro could have done that at any point in the match, but it felt like he did it when he knew that Amon would be at his worst of worst, and somehow, someway, Amon still fought back and won 2-on-1. And to glorify it even more, he did it by taking Mondo's talent. From what I've heard, Mondo's motorcycle, he put it up in a pawn shop. Last time I heard, I think from SundAvi, he said that to me, and there was already a purchase pending, which is so saddening. You gotta, I don't know how exactly it's affected Mondo, but to have put his title, I'm sorry, not his title, I guess one of his most prized possessions, up for pawn, up in a pawn shop. It's gotta hurt. That being said, Q-taro Burgerberg, it's a name that's been on everyone's mouths this autumn. I was able to talk to him. And I said, hey, I understand why you did what you did. Screw that Amon guy. Q-taro, however, said, hey, I did what my deity would have done. And I said, okay, that's interesting. Apparently he did what Miku would have done. I guess Miku does not vibe with that Amon. Which is, you know, maybe not too surprising. She's got some kind of power. In fact, a couple of her people have powers. They have I think everyone in that group has powers except for Q-taro. Futaba, I believe, has a persona. Chi-Chi has one of those little doohickeys that has elemental powers. And Mitarai, he's an ultimate user, I believe. Q-taro Burgerberg starting this match up against Amon. Only, what, two people have beaten Amon, rather, 1v1. From what I've heard. Now, I did not talk to Amon because, quite frankly, I don't like that guy. Kick out. And blockbuster, just like that, Amon back in control. He's got a whole nother, like, bar. Oh, but look at this. He's easily lifting up a giant into a pin. Now, Q-taro's foot was on the rope, but you know what? He's got bright shoes. It might have been hard to see, pushing Amon away. Q-taro's still on wobbly legs. Amon's still pretty much completely fresh. Q-taro tried to hit a big kick, but instead Amon's the one who's hitting big moves instead. Already almost breaking down that purple bar of Q-taro. But now Q-taro lifting Amon's neck and driving his mask into the mat. I feel like this is one of the few times that people are rooting for Q-taro Burgerberg. Stepped out of the way. And a belly-to-belly slam. Going for a stomp there. Big clothesline, a meaty clothesline, as SundAvi would have said. He will be back this Friday. And it looks like he's praying to his deity, and I think he's going to need it. Look at this, Amon back in control. Already turning that purple bar into nothing. And standing, into a double stomp, sending Q-taro down. And Q-taro is in danger at this point, but rolls out of the way. Amon goes bouncing off the mat like a basketball might go bouncing on a basketball court of some nature. Crawling into the corner. And a punch right to the head, to the mask again. Turns Amon around. Turns him, oh no, not upside down. Again, trying to bounce the mask against all of these hard surfaces. It looks like he's trying to break that mask. And gets the knees up for the moonsault. Q-taro, it looks like after that purple bar had been decimated, he's kind of going. Going for knee strikes. Amon responds back with a kick right to Q-taro's head. Q-taro pushing Amon away though. As I was saying earlier, only 2 people have ever beaten Amon to my research one-on-one. I believe they have been Panette and Burnice. Will Q-taro join that company? He might after that big move. Right now, he's got no body damage, but Amon is stuffering lightly. But he kicks out at 2. And the move that's still in his arsenal because he was able to beat Gunther, but it does not land. Burger Bomb reversed, and that equalist right connects. Pinfall, and that's 1, 2, kick out. Really kick out at 2.05, but now Q-taro stood right back up. Amon's got 2 finishers, and that's not at all what you want to see. But not able to stay on those shoulders. Q-taro with a reversal. Heavy hand right to the back and to the spine. And a big back elbow. I do have to point out, hey, a win by count, it's a win here. And Amon's very close to being stunned. Q-taro might want to take that to his advantage, and it looks like he might do just that. Right onto the back as Amon slumps down on the outside. Count of 2. Q-taro steps right back in, saying, stay down for another 7 for me. Feeling the effects, trying to drink in the adoration from the audience, or rather the hate for Amon, saying, big boot to him. Right now, Q-taro, I was going to say, is really taking it to Amon, but Amon gets reversed again. Q-taro fighting his good fight. Can you imagine the momentum he'll have going into his match against Makoto? If he's able to put Amon away, he's got a signature. He almost has a finisher. 1, 2. Still not resilience. He just barely rolled the shoulder up at 2.9. Able to kip up immediately. And goes for that equalist driver. 1, 2. The movement does not score the victory here, at least not yet. Stood up again. Wait, Q-taro, I think, actually reversed. I think he was going for that nasty submission move. His little ceiling move. Turn him around. Wait a minute. Is it actually gonna be? Burger Bomb lands with authority, throws him on, and that's 1. That's 2. Amon burns resiliency. Q-taro Burgerberg is right now destroying the masked man. If this move hits, and it does, into the pinfall immediately, is Q-taro gonna 1, 2? It's not enough yet, but 1 more Burger Bomb. Could it be? Q-taro, send him down. Q-taro, send him to space with that Burger Bomb. Yes, into the pin, rolls him up. 1, come on, 2. He got him. Wait a minute. That's Mondo Owada. He hit him right in the mask with that championship. He's wearing ripped up jeans. He's wearing a hoodie. Not used to seeing Mondo like that, but oh my gosh. Hey, what a show. I'll take an Amon loss if I'll take that. You know what I say? You know what I'm saying? Anywho, thank goodness. Hey, good job, Q-taro. And that is now our show. It started off, let's start from the start and go on. It started off with Merrin versus Sarah Chado, and Merrin took the victory, but for the first time there's some controversy in this open challenge. Sarah got her hand on the bottom rope after the finisher from Merrin, but Clyde didn't see it. Adam and DJ had a barn burner, but at the end of the day, one right hand was enough to equalize the insane offense of DJ. Ryoma. Kaito took it to Sherazard and Francisca Von Karma and won this thing by countout. Cassius Bright and Al Haytham destroyed the AEWE warehouse, and with the true nature of all things landing on crates in the back, I don't know if Al Haytham's ever going to be okay again. Alix and Hazel. I'd like to point out that Alix used mind games to mess up the ring IQ of the champion. What a world that we live in, where both of our OC champions fell to the former champions. We'll have to see something a little bit more from those four in the future. And lastly, Amon got beat clean by Q-taro Burgerberg and then got hit with a title directly to the mask by his opponent this Friday. I'm talking Mondo Owada. Now, Mondo didn't look like the Mondo we know. He didn't have his flashy jacket. He didn't have his motorcycle out there. He wore ripped jeans. He wore a hoodie. It looks like he's in a bad place. But even if he's in a bad place, you're still going to call him champion. That, ladies and gentlemen, is AWE Rebellion. Check out our news as Amon was ambushed by Mondo's relentless attack. After his one-on-one match, the champion sending a powerful warning to his rival by clubbing him from behind with his title. Well, yeah, I guess you were behind him, but then he turned around and hit him right in the face. Hazel has another. Okay, hold on. Hazel's been healing up a little bit over the past over the past week, but is injured again, maybe reigniting some of those injuries. But at the very least, she's fine. Will not have to do anything about her championship. Al Haytham also injured after getting devastated by Cassius. His back hidden with the true nature of all things on those crates. Merrin did not defend her championship, but hey, she is building a legacy. I guess it'll be an open challenge for the championship this Friday. I wonder who will answer. Yor has been cleared, and so has Waluigi in perfect time for this Friday's championship match. That has been my last, at least for the time being, and to my knowledge, AWE Rebellion. Now, I want you to remember, this week is the week where you can submit people for the Rumble. The vote will start this coming weekend, this Thanksgiving weekend in America. That being said, get excited, get ready, and get your submissions in. The link is in the description. It is on the Reddit. It's on the Discord, so make sure to get that link and go ahead and jump in and do the things and do your voting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know if there's anything else that I need to say. I'm very proud of SundAvi. Having sat here and discussed with the general managers, I now know how hard of a job he has. I accidentally hit the call button that time. Thankfully, I don't have a call right now. It's a hard job to run a show. So major props to the general managers, major props to SundAvi. I'm so glad that he will be able to get back into his seat and do his job again this Friday. I've talked to him a lot. I'm sure he has a lot to say this Friday, so be sure you're here for Black Friday this Friday. I'm unsure if it'll be earlier than usual, but I suppose we will see. Until then, though, thank you all so much for being here with me and sticking with me, helping me out over these past couple of weeks, because this has been a lot of work. It's been a lot of work, but hey, if SundAvi needs me, I'm very happy to step in for him. Who knows if I'll step in if he needs to go to any other doctor's visits, if he has to go get his checkups, go get some prescriptions. I'll be there if he needs to take a Sunday or Friday off. It's the least I can do as his twin cousin. And for all the things that he does, I'd like to thank him. And you also thank him when he gets back to hashtag thank you SundAvi. But at this point in time, that's all she wrote. So, until we meet again, and if we don't, it'll be okay, because we've made memories to last a lifetime. This is Dirk Madison, signing off. Until the next time, sayonara.